by our typical self-defeating behaviors that we tend to do in times of stress. Our bad habits, the things we often do to comfort ourselves, to self-soothe ourselves when we're anxious or fearful or worried. Today we're going to look at a faith that counters my bad habits. A faith that counters my bad habits, and it's going to be a very practical message. Now, please, I want to understand. I want you to really get this in your heads. Guys, I'm not giving you a self-help book. This is not about, well, what you can do to earn all this, or what you can do to make yourself better, or what you can do to be safer or happier. The bottom line is what this is what God intends for you. So, please understand that. Please know that. Now, this is not my job to make you grow up. My job is to encourage you and to help you develop as a believer. It is not my job to spoon feed you for the rest of your life. And we're going to get into that in a minute, but so we're going to look at James, and we're going to look at James chapter 1, verse 13 through 16 is where we're starting. So, and I know the screen thing is, so what it says is, never blame God when you're tempted, because God can't be tempted by evil, and he never tempts anyone to do the wrong thing. We are tempted by our own desires inside us. That's what drags us in the wrong direction and traps us. Our wrong desires lead us to wrong actions, and those sinful actions eventually end in death. So friends, don't be deceived by every evil desire you feel. Okay? See, the one of the things you need to understand is that God has not left us alone. God is not saying, okay, you're on your own, you can't do, you got to do this on your own, you got to earn your own way. No, everyone who's a child of God can overcome sin in the world, and what wins the victory is our faith. And no one can defeat the world's ways without having faith in Jesus as the Son of God. Okay? One thing you need to be very aware of, this is only possible when you have a relationship with Jesus Christ. You will continue on in your sin unless you have faith in Jesus Christ. Look, folks, it is not my job to judge dead people. And everybody who is not a believer is dead in trespasses and sin, period. I'm to judge the fruit of believers. Don't get me wrong. I'm supposed to be judging believers' fruit. And I should be able to see fruit in your life. And if there's a problem with that, then maybe you and I need to have a discussion about why I don't see fruit. Because as a believer, I'm supposed to see fruit in every other believer's